versus degrees, right? So traditionally in India, skills per se has not been in great demand, especially if you look at education and skills. Uh, People have always looked for degrees. People have always looked for higher educational courses, and skill courses were never in the ecosystem because there was no regulation for skills as well. In the recent years, however, a lot of things have changed, and with the advent of many industries coming up, especially in the technology sector, they are looking at skills. They are not looking at degrees per se. So there's a small shift that's happening, and with in the regulation as well, with the skills ministry also coming up, they're also trying to promote the skills ecosystem. They're trying to promote the skills certificate, and most importantly, of course, over the last a year or two, we've seen that the skills ecosystem have been given due credit by creditizing skill courses, right? And ABC has now started recognizing skill courses. I think we are at the cusp of change, and the skills ecosystem will change in the future, and skills will be very important, as important or more than a degree.
During COVID-19 pandemic, we saw a massive penetration of tech in India, and recently we are hearing about AI and all these things. So, how do you see AI transforming the role of educators in the classroom in next 5 years, for example?
As far as AI is concerned, we all know AI is a tool, right? Like how television came, like how internet came, AI is there, right? AI just helps you give you the information quicker, faster, relevant information. But information over the last few decades were always there in the, in form of Google or whatever. So I think AI is not going to change much. We need to change based on how technology is changing, and I believe it's too much of a hype right now, and AI will be just another tool. 10 years later, there'll be many more things which will come into the ecosystem, and we shouldn't be too much bothered about what's happening in the AI space.
So when we talk about small towns, education institutes in small towns, so they are getting degrees, but they are not skilled as such. So how can government and private sector collaborate to bridge that gap?
So as far as the tier 2, tier 3 cities are concerned, and some of the students and institutions there providing colleges degrees and certification where they are not supposed to, I won't get to that piece, but if they are getting degrees, and if they are getting degrees which are not relevant to the industry, then what we could do is help them by providing additional courses which are job ready courses. And for example, if somebody is a BA and gets a small tech course on top of that and is able to get a job, then we should focus on that. Essentially, take these kids who don't have a job, give them short term interventions of relevant small skill courses, and link them to employment. That's the need of the hour.
So, any advice for young students who are all set to enter India's labor force and workforce?
Well, one piece of advice is do what you want to do. India is a huge market. There are plenty of opportunities, and I can tell you that there are more jobs than there are people available. It is just that many people don't want to take the job that is available, but the job scene is changing. I would only try and tell the kids that learn to evolve, learn to learn, because your learning is not going to end in your school or college. You got to learn through your life. Just make sure you know how to learn.
Thank you so much. Lovely speaking.